Okay, let's get into this. We're doing a deep dive today on something that seems super specific on the surface power solutions for pro audio and video.
Right.
But the real hook here, the thing that caught our eye, is this weird contradiction from the vendor. They promise lifetime support
Hmm?
on a product that is, and I'm quoting here, non-cancelable, non-returnable, and non-refundable.
It sounds like a complete paradox, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But what's so fascinating is that the strict policy, it actually reveals what the product's true value is. And that's just absolute resilience.
So we're talking about the tvONE P2105 power supply?
Yeah, which is offered through their partner, HD TV Supply.
Yeah.
And really gets to the heart of why in these mission-critical jobs, the cost of downtime is, well, it's everything.
So let's start with the basics. The P2105, it's a 12-volt rack mount power supply, about $150, and it powers up to 5 devices. But why this? Why not just use 5 separate wall warts?
Because standard connections, they just fail. The P2105 gives you 5 dedicated 12-volt outlets. But the real key, the engineering detail, is that they're built for lock-in power cables.
Ah,
I mean,
okay.
think about a flight case or a broadcast rack that's vibrating or getting moved. A normal plug can just wiggle loose. Locking cables are basically your insurance policy against that.
And it's built to fit right in with their other gear.
Exactly. It shares the same form factor as their S2 switcher products. So you can stack them cleanly, though you do need to grab that optional rack mount kit.
But all that physical security doesn't matter if there's an electrical fault, right? Which I think brings us to the main event, this digital circuit breaker idea.
Yes, this is the core innovation.
Mhm.
Every single one of those 5 outputs is protected by a self-resetting fuse.
Which sounds simple, but what does that actually mean for the person running the show in the moment?
It means you don't need to call a technician. If there's a short circuit, which is, a common issue in complex rigs, the fuse automatically trips to isolate that one problem, just like a breaker in your house.
Yeah.
But, and this is the magic, it recovers instantly, automatically. Once the fault is cleared, it's back on.
So the client never even sees the screen go black from a momentary surge.
That's the goal. And that level of commitment to uptime, you see it reflected in how it's sold. HDTV Supply handles it, and they add some serious perks.
Like the free shipping and that lifetime support we mentioned. You can call them on their 833 Wolfpack number for anything.
And they also really value certain customers. If you're buying with an email that ends in .edu, .gov, .mil, or .org,
Government, education,
you
military.
get a significant discount right off the bat.
Okay, so that's all impressive, but we have to come back to the elephant in the rack. Why the incredibly strict NCNR policy? Non-cancelable, non-returnable. It seems like such a massive contradiction to lifetime support.
Well, it really speaks to how specialized this is. NCNR policies are actually pretty common for equipment that's this specific or even built to order. They're signaling that this isn't some consumer gadget you can just try out and send back.
You better be sure before you click buy.
100%. The moment you buy it, you're committing. You're buying a professional tool where the value isn't the price tag, it's that guaranteed uptime that Fuse provides.
That makes a lot of sense. The value is the insurance policy against failure. And I guess for people building bigger systems, this is really just the starting point.
Oh, absolutely. For a mid-sized rack, you might jump up to the tvONE 221 1E1 10502. That's about $450, and it supports 12 devices with a mix of 5-volt and 12-volt power.
And for permanent broadcast installations where downtime is unthinkable.
Then you're looking at the full ONErack systems, the 1RK-4RU-PSU, the bigger 250-watt models. Those start around $630. They're built to manage dozens of devices in a serious industrial setting. The little P2105 is just a glimpse of their whole philosophy.
So when you pull back from this one little box, this trade-off is it's stark. You have this really strict purchase commitment, but in exchange, you get automatic hands-off fault correction.
Right.
What does that tell us about just how we apply knowledge in professional fields?
I think the reliance on a sophisticated automatic safety feature, like that self-resetting fuse, it just highlights a fundamental truth. In any system that's truly mission-critical, the ability to self-heal, to avoid human error or intervention, that's infinitely more valuable than flexible return policies.
The price you're paying isn't really for the hardware.
No, it's for the guarantee of zero downtime.
That's the takeaway then. Next time you see a simple piece of gear with surprisingly strict rules, think about what failure costs in its environment. The need for uptime defines everything, from the features right down to the terms of the sale. Something for you to ponder next time you're specing out any professional rig.